Welcome to some kind of battle here, and yeah, I still couldn't connect with my tournament guy, so decided to go put a team to Heart Gold and put a battle up on Heart Gold. So yeah, so this guy gave me quite the match. His name's Andrew, but yeah, his name is Ghost and stuff. So whatever, I predicted a switch, but I didn't know exactly what. So I could have had I could have went for HP Ice, but I went for U-turn because it was safer. And like I come into Pacific and he has T-Fang, and I didn't see that coming because I thought they mostly have Ice Fang, but this one had T-Fang. But I knew I wouldn't die nonetheless. But he paralyzes me, so that's kind of crappy. But because I couldn't use superpower on the incoming next guy, which is a Magnezone. So yeah, I kill that thing with an Ice Punch, and Magnezone comes in. And since I got paralyzed, I couldn't use a superpower. So yeah. So I went for the Aqua Jet because in case it subbed up, I didn't want to switch. And some guy's talking to me on Cerebi here, and oh shit. And well, here we go. I just went for the other Aqua Jet and he took me down with the T-Bolt there. So I come in with Infernape and I thought he'd predict a switch for sure. So I went for a U-turn. And he doesn't. So I guess he thought I'd over-predict or something. So I bring in Shaman to take a hit. Or whatever he'd throw. And it's just T-Bolt. So I go for a Hidden Power Fire to just take him out. Take him downtown. Throw him in, the paddy wagon. So Magnezone's down. And I'm just kind of healing up with lefties, and shit's going on. Okay, so he brings in Weavile, and he Ice Punches, and I knew I'd live an Ice Punch, and I want to see how much a Hidden Power Fire would do. Yeah, this ended up being kind of a waste, because it doesn't kill him, so in my opinion, that's a waste. Because Shaman got so much HP drained for a waste, so yeah. So I send in Infernape, to take the Ice Punch. He takes it pretty good. Dragonite, brings in Dragonite. I go for the Focus Blast predicting the switch. I should have went for a Hidden Power a Hidden Power Ice again. But now I have to sacrifice sacrifice a guy. I end up sacrificing Raikou, but I didn't expect him to go for an EQ. I kind of expected Dragon Dance. But he went for an EQ instead. So I'm like, fuck me sideways. So Raikou goes down for almost nothing. But, I guess it's a sacrifice that I had to make, I guess. Nah, not really. Kinda. So I Hidden Power Ice this motherfucker. And he dies. He dies. That's just how it goes. So he's dead. Now, he has 3 dudes left, and this is Dusknoir. And, yeah. Can't really do anything here. I don't want to Hidden Power Ice it because it probably won't do much. So I predict a Will-O-Wisp because I was going to go into Lucario. And I'm like, oh shit, he might Wisp. So I didn't go into Lucario. I went to Lugus instead. And Lugus, he's crazy. And he takes the burn. Comes in this asshole. And, yeah, I didn't know what he wanted to do. I thought X-Scissor may come, but I wasn't sure. So I went to Shaman just to die for the X-Scissor. And I'm like, fuck. And so I go to Infernape, and I'm like, nah, maybe he'll predict it, but I don't think he has anything left that can take it. So I just went for the Overheat, and it hits the Dusknoir, and I get a critical hit. But that's okay. Because this next turn makes up for it. Like, check this out. He sends in the fucking Caesar, and I go for the Overheat. But guess what? Overheat decides to miss, so yeah. He superpowers me, and I, get pwned. So that kind of sucked. Hairy Nutsack, so yeah. Hairy Nutsack was sucked. So now I bring in Lugus to die. That ended up that was a flop. Why'd I do that? Oh well. So my last guy just happens to be Lucario, and I close combat, and this Lucario is sashed. So keep in mind, yeah, this Lucario's sashed, and he's a motherfucker. And this wins the match for me. The Sash wins the match. That's sweet. Because watch this. He brings in the Weevil. And he karate chops or whatever. Yeah, karate chop. And no, brick break. Yeah, what the hell, karate chop. And then I live with 1 hit point, and he did not see that coming, and he was like, GG already. He was saying GG to me. And then, gets owned. So, that was an epic game, my friend. We need to do battle again. Comment, rate, subscribe, guys. And, peace.